Justice 3 TV, Authorian here. I got another awesome trailer for you. One of my favorite comic book series that is gone film, which is on Netflix, The Defenders. I mean, each member of the Defenders. And I found the trailer for Season 3 of Daredevil, which I am extremely interested in because they do a lot of great filming for that show, starting with Season 1. And I definitely love all the shows. There's good and bad with each different one. You know, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Iron Fist Season 2 was amazing, I think. This is going to be Justice 3 TV's reaction to Marvel's Daredevil Season 3 that is going to be dropping October 19th. I am definitely going to be binging the crap out of this. You should too. Maybe that'll be like my first reaction type of series of shows, and you know, discuss things with them. But here's my reaction to Daredevil Season 3, and here we go. Alright, let's see, where are we going with this season?
Asking for help. That's what I was trying to do, was help people. But I was fooling myself.
That was the scene from the second season.
Only response to
why is he going back to the original suit?
I'm Daredevil.
Someone to Fisk.
Mistakes.
He plays this role so well.
The debt I'm paying because of them. Prison has changed me.
What is it you're saying?
I want to make a deal.
Oh, he's shitting a brick now. The white suit. Oh, where's the purple?
The last time that we spoke, you threatened me.
That is something that I cannot forgive.
I'll stop him for good this time. There's only one way to stop me, but you're not gonna do it. You sure about that?
Oh,
Be careful that you
doing it again. Okay. We'll talk about that a little bit in a second.
A better place. I will tell the world who you really are. Someone who's now showing his true colors.
Oh, I think Frank has some a little bit of influence here. You're only one bad day away from being me.
I think I might have found him.
Daredevil is our true public enemy.
According to eyewitnesses, the brutal attack has been
Wait a
carried
minute.
out by none other than
That guy's clean cut. Matt Murdock is rough.
Daredevil.
Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is.
I'm Daredevil.
Okay, discussion portion. So, this looks completely off the hook awesome. I cannot wait for the 19th to watch this season. Right away, I want to jump right into it. The guy in the end, I kind of had an idea that Fisk would do something like this. The man is tactical, strategic. You know, he's like a genius when it comes to the gangster game, and a PR thing was just, you know, he was gonna go that way because they both tried to use those type of political weapons against each other, and Fisk is just plain better at it. And oh wow, it looks great. I can tell you right away, that guy who's playing Daredevil, that for sure is Bullseye. It's gotta be Bullseye. I could see it right away. If you guys saw my reaction to it, the guy was clean cut. Matt Murdock, if anything, is a rough looking designed character. You know, he's coming into his own. He's gone through these different lessons between seasons 1, 2, and the Defenders. I mean, I think in this season we are really going to see the Daredevil. Bullseye, I thought that they were going to somehow work in, and they still might do this as a part of the storyline. There was, you know, the Irish mob that came into focus with Frank's story, The Punisher, and I thought that Bullseye was somehow going to work his way in there somewhere, but he never actually showed up, and they wanted to keep him purely for Daredevil. That might have been a part of the production process, I don't know. But a Bullseye, I mean, his character always seemed real cheesy to me in a way. And if anybody can give a realistic interpretation of Bullseye, it's got to be the studio that does Daredevil. It's such a gritty show to see how they show Bullseye in this. Now, already, I can tell they are creating a huge contrast between his character and Matt Murdock. You know, he was very clean cut, you know, very photogenic, and I think that's probably where they're going to go with it. Whether or not they're going to make him bald or give him his suit. Now, I play Marvel Strike Force, and the design of his character is very loyal, but I still think there could be work done on his character's suit and everything to make him more realistic in a way, cooler in fact. How they're going to portray his talents are going to be of an interest to me. Where are they going to come from? Are they going to give him a backstory? I would really be interested in seeing large chunks of any episode of this season that deals solely with Bullseye, because I want to know how they're going to tell his story. They do such a great job with the surrounding characters on these shows on Netflix, and they have so much time. You know, they're not trying to squeeze years and huge backstories and arcs into just a 2.5 hour period, which I am seriously worried about for Venom. But that's tomorrow's video. They have hours. They have 13 hours practically. They don't really. What I've noticed, they don't really put a time limit on each episode. It seems like direction and production are on the same page. Where, hey man, tell a good story, cut it the way you need to cut it, and we're just gonna air the episodes. That's one of the huge reasons why I love Netflix, and why when they do hike up the price, I don't mind as much, because they come out with shows like this, especially such a huge comic book fan like me, where they're giving full out stories right here, you know, in 13 episodes. With the news with basically the rest of the world but the United States is going to be able to watch Titans on Netflix, I really hope I mean, I don't want DC to bomb at all. I love the Titans. And man, I think they're just making all kinds of huge mistakes with this streaming service. One, it's grown to be my custom to binge Daredevil, Iron Fist, Defender, you know, Jessica Jones, all of them, because they give me a really good storyline every single episode, and even if it hangs on there, I'm like, okay, next one. And that's kind of what I want for Titans, but let's stick to Daredevil. I do have some problems that keep coming up in this show. Now, I'm not exactly sure if, you know, it might be his combat stunt double or the actor himself. It really seems like they're trying to make, you know, when they're coming into the longer shots, they really want to show Matt Murdock showing off his Daredevil skills as him, because Daredevil is Matt Murdock is Daredevil. And there's a huge hallway scene in here, and being a bit of a fighter myself and knowing how things work, the actor or whoever's in charge of these scenes are letting the fictional portion of the stunts get away with themselves a little bit too much, because he constantly punches like this when he's getting more emotional. And man, you're gonna break your wrist like that. That's not a good punch. You know, you gotta lock that up. Boom. And it happened in this hallway scene, and as cool as this show is, that is probably my one nitpicky thing. And let's see if I can bring it up here. There it is, right there. Okay. Oh, oh, I almost got it. I almost got it. Can I get it? Oh, man, there's no, like, frame by frame. Okay, alright, well, you sort of see it. I want to see if I can get it going.
You sure?
When he's coming up for the overhand right here, look, his wrist bends right over.
Just be
Alright,
careful
it's...
that you don't
when he
become the
comes...
monster.
It's just, this is what's going to happen. Is
Tried to make this city
it'll cause him more pain and damage than anything.
I will tell the world.
I mean, maybe that's part of... I don't know.
Someone who's
It
not
seems like a
showing
guy
his
who's
true
raised by a
colors.
boxer would know better than that. Alright, but that's beside the point. Everything in this trailer looks friggin' amazing to me. And the one thing I can't wait for is to see the surprise in style and what they bring into the storyline, especially since I know they're going to want to Easter egg more Defender stuff. I love the Defender show. They brought in the characters in a very cool way. And Fisk is a huge villain. They have developed him so well. You can understand everything that's happening in the environment in relationship to the heroes that show up. I would really like to see here Danny Rand, you know, passed over into Luke Cage a little bit, which was cool. Wasn't a big thing. It was more like a crossover drop-in sort of thing. I want a little bit more than that. I want them to interact with the story just a little bit, even though their power sets lend them to try to keep more of a wall around their show, you know, to keep them isolated to their show and their arcs. You don't want to mix up powers too much or you get a lot of confusion in there. And I mean, Danny Rand's, like, you know, little cameo in Luke Cage's was enough to where we could drop it in. It won't have any real huge effect on his story so far, but it'll give a little bit of fan service, which is cool. I like that. That's alright. I'm cool with that. And here, Bullseye, I mean, what I like about this trailer the most, though, is that it doesn't give away almost anything. I mean, you see some really cool stuff that gives some clues to what might be going on. I think that's the way to go when you're talking about trailers. Give enough so that guys like me or women like me, our imaginations are just popping and we're just kind of giving out stuff to the audience to think about also. And so I feel like, man, Daredevil is the definitive hero of the Netflix, well, let's call it like what it is, the Netflix Avengers. And even though they're Defenders. I would lose my mind if anybody out there is listening, if in any one of the Avengers movies or one of the Marvel Cinematic Universe characters either show up here or one of them show up there. I don't care how it happens. I would lose my mind. If in Infinity War I saw something as simple as Luke Cage dropping in to catch a car from crushing somebody, or Spider-Man swinging through the neighborhood in Harlem because he's everywhere. I mean, I was in the game. I went through every part of the city. I would love to see Peter Parker somewhere in a cameo on the show. Hands down. I mean, literally, you would buy my service for the rest of my life if you did that or figured out how to fiscally pull that off. Alright, so Daredevil. This third trailer, what do you guys think? I mean, Bullseye sounds cool. Fisk is going to be amazing as always. I really feel like he's going to start spreading out a lot more than Bullseye. I feel like that might be a mislead. He's a criminal, friggin' genius, okay? He's doing something else. I think that whole thing is going to be a mislead for Daredevil's character and his arc. I mean, already he's stealing his identity to make him look bad. I don't know. He might be doing one of two major things. One, just keeping Matt Murdock busy, you know, on his actual life or his, you know, superhero life. One of those things. When he's actually in the background, you know, working his genius in different ways that keeps Matt Murdock busy. It might even keep all the Defenders busy. I mean, this guy knows everything, has everything, and street smarts that rivals any kind of IQ level. It's insane. So there's that one thing. The second thing he might be doing is that if you noticed in Daredevil Season 2, how he utilized Frank, the Punisher, his character. He didn't necessarily ally with him, but he didn't necessarily side with him completely either. It's not like he went to the light side or anything. So I think Fisk might have learned something from that situation and might actually be developing Daredevil for his own purpose in something nefarious. He needs Daredevil to develop into a certain kind of character or a certain kind of hero. I mean, you gotta think, Fisk loves the city. He wants nothing more than to make it stronger. And I think he might be coming from an angle that's going to surprise us, to where he is evolving Daredevil into something that the city needs. He might not necessarily want true vengeance against Matt Murdock or his character, but to give birth to the real Daredevil that the city needs. So, I don't know. You guys, have you seen Season 3 trailer yet? I mean, it's just around the corner. What did you think? Do you think my theories might be sound? What are yours? Let me know down below. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that like if you liked my content today. Definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be doing trailers, possibly some more reactions, but this is primarily a gaming channel. Maybe at the end of this, I'll show you my Defenders team from Marvel Strike Force that I've been playing since May of 2018. I'll put it right at the end of this video so you guys can check that out. You might want to download it. It's totally free and very easy to play without paying a single dime into the game if you don't want to. It is a player option microtransaction, so however you feel about that, that's going to be your deal. So, I am Authorian for Justice 3 TV, signing out. I'll see you guys on the next one.
la 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 la